have a good time with your Bitcoin, your crypto, and everything else that you're playing with.
Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the Crypto Summit coverage stream. We'll know. I mean, it hasn't started yet, like the live coverage. So, and these things never really start on time. Give me an audio check. Make sure we're good. The devs cannot do something. The devs did something, right? The devs signed an executive order yesterday to make Bitcoin a true strategic reserve, right? So all the Bitcoin, the 200,000 Bitcoin, those confiscated will now be never sold. And there will be in the coming weeks, right? Like steps taken by people in the administration to conduct reasonable purchases of Bitcoin. So like that was said, that was stated. I mean, that's like literally everything. I've been in the crypto space like 8 years now. I know it's a lot longer than that, but like 8 years. I just remember like back in 2017 to think about where it only will take 8 years and then we'll have a Bitcoin strategic reserve. That's crazy. Like that wasn't even a reality. Like even like a few years ago, I don't even think like 2 years ago, it was something that was even something we could think about as being a possibility of reality. And here we are, history made. So that's really cool. I mean, like fundamentally, that is so bullish. That's the most bullish catalyst in the history of Bitcoin by far. It's not even close. But unfortunately, this is a technical analysis stream, not a fundamental analysis stream. And the fact of the matter is, Bitcoin is still trading below $92,000. In fact, yesterday, so the pump and dump, the insider Trump trading crap was an upthrust above that zone. But then yesterday, we got ourselves a formal bearish back test, and you got to love the shooting star reversal. It was godlike. Wow, I can't believe how perfect it was, right? I mean, they go up and they touch it perfect and close below the entire zone with the Japanese candlestick reversal, and it ushered in that reversal. And then the signed executive order, Bitcoin initially rallied to 91.2, right? As soon as that ink was placed on the piece of paper, and then we ran to a low point. What was it? High to low. You dropped 7% in, I think it was like 10 minutes. But since then, you know, some buyers have come in, some bids have come in, and you're just kind of oscillating now below a level that you desperately need to get back above. Like, I don't know what's going to do it. It'll have to be a news event. But upthrust and back test of upthrust isn't great. Gosh dang. Because, you know why it sucks so bad? Why it's so annoying? Because Ethereum and Solana are two assets that we're finally getting some data that is it's neutral positive, and it's happening at historical levels where reversals have occurred. So it's like, you got to have Bitcoin play ball if you want these assets to reverse like they have in history. I don't know how it will, the way we're looking at it here. Like you just got to randomly get back above 92K after confirming it as resistance twice. Oh, that sucks. So, Bitcoin's annoying, really annoying, because it's kind of making it more difficult to have conviction on altcoins. Because altcoins, you know, they suck collectively most of the time. But then sometimes they'll do things kind of like this. And again, this isn't even like great yet, but is it my opinion that 2127 is a level from history, 2150, okay, a level from history where we've seen extreme moves? Is it my opinion, or is it just reality? Oh, I think it's just reality. Okay, so this asset has just been routed. It lost 51% of its value in 77 days. That's just destroyed. But then it's like, okay, daily is not even much to write home about either. But then you go the 4 hour, which who cares about the 4 hour? I know. But it's like, gosh dang, man. Like that 2150 level. Let me just, again, show you here. Oh, yeah, February, it was retested. They violated it, but now they're recapturing it. They're trying to reconfirm its validity as support again. That's not bad. Oh, well, here it is again, man. September. And I'm still waiting, by the way, for this whole, Crypto Summit live stuff to happen because we're going to cover it. But I'm just waiting, okay? So I'm just going to analyze these assets until that happens, okay? So August 2024, look at it. It's such a real level. Oh, my God. January 2024. It's just a level that has been defended. And when it does successfully have that buyer defense, they normally push it up to at least 2,400, but if things get crazy, they could take it up 2,700. So it's just like, here we are. We're at this line in the sand again, where fear is at its height. It's at its zenith right now. People are so scared. I get it, man, and I'm kind of technically scared with this crap. I mean, you've got to start making higher highs soon. You're just waiting on 74K. If things don't turn around soon. That's it. You're just waiting to see 74K unless they keep this, they don't take out 81.6 and then we start making higher highs. Okay, but my God, man. It's not good price action, but it's just crazy. Like Ethereum is good price action. I mean, you got a solid argument for good upside and it's low risk if this holds successfully, but we don't know because it's all beholden to the Rubik's Cube Bitcoin. So it's this one, and then it's Solana. I mean, it's perfect, okay? And I'm not talking like, oh, it's kind of perfect. I'm talking about like you've got the things you need now. You just do. You didn't have, my God, how long have we been waiting, man? For something. You're starting to show subtly more than before. You weren't showing more than before in February. It was less than before and the same as before out of support, but then distribution continued. You broke support and it was over. Now you've hit these key supports. You've rallied and it's almost like you needed to have that scam pump and dump so we could possibly get a confirmation load. Like they retested this zone and they've rallied it and now they're just like perfectly a couple days ago or yesterday. It was actually today or whatever. It was the event, They tested 135.68. And I just want you to see this, okay? If you don't get anything else out of this stream, screw this guy. Turn it off. Just wait. Let me show you. 135.68. Not 135.80. Not 135. Not 135.10. 135.68, okay? Look left. And it's just perfect. October 3rd, October 10th. There, 135.68. What happened? All-time highs. I mean, it's just you're at a level, and then you got here too. Even August. Look, man, my God. These levels are violated. They're tested. They're recaptured, reconfirmed, and then just 135.68. Look at the candle closes. July. Look what happened. It goes to 190 plus. It just does. It's not my opinion. It's not what I think's going to happen. It's just you're at these levels now where historically reversals have occurred. They just did the same thing. So it's like Bitcoin's terrible though. Like, okay, so this is going to fail, right? I don't know. It's just it's a crap market because the trend sucks. Trend's bad for Bitcoin.
Benito tipped $25. Mayor of Greenbow, thanks for streaming. Could you take a look at ZRX? Thanks, Mitchell. You are the best.
What's up, Benito? Thank you, dude. Yeah, we'll look at ZRX, but I mean, I wouldn't even be touching these low market cap scam coins. You're trading robots. You're the only human. If you bought ZRX right now, you'd be the only human in a month. 3 months to bought ZRX. It's all bots. It's all bullcrap. So I'm just looking at the higher, like there's no more liquidity in this market. It's gone, dude. It's gone. 36 million scams, zero liquidity. The only ones you could even think about are maybe the top 5 that have any semblance of liquidity left in them. where you get your orders filled. If you had a stop loss, you wouldn't get a running stop put on you. I mean, like, if it dumped. So that's what I'm just looking at. Like Ethereum and Solana, they're at these actionable levels, but look at Bitcoin. It's like this is the worst thing you could ever dream of. So how do we even decipher that information? I guess just you want Bitcoin to be like doing the opposite. You would really want Bitcoin to be doing this. Oh man, dude, Bitcoin, look, dude, the sellers tried to break support, but then the buyers recaptured immediately. Look, the buyers reconfirmed an old area as support. They confirmed it with a little hammer pattern. Perfect. Now you're just trading perfectly above the key level. It's a higher low too, so it's like accumulations there. It's really more contraction, but you got, higher lows, lower highs. But man, that's really bad. That's like asking for 74K. So if that happens, then what we're witnessing on Solana Ethereum won't matter. They will go far below 130. 124 will be tested again for sure. That's what sucks about this market. Maybe you got an argument, but it won't matter because Bitcoin's argument's really bad, technically. Now, hey man, Trump comes on and he's like, no capital gains on crypto and all these things go nuts. Sure, that's the only thing that's going to save you now. That's it. You're hoping to God that a Trump tweet saves you. It's really crappy, man. It's like not good. Okay. Yeah, and even the daily's not like great. Like the daily, the best, right? You can even see the local low there. But it's just crazy, right? Well, we're at this level. We've seen the same thing happen, and you get big markups. But how could the markup happen if Bitcoin dumps? I don't know. I don't think it will. I'm just praying for a miracle on Bitcoin. Looking at Ethereum on the daily again, like it's just daily's 4 hours. Okay, interesting, maybe. XRP down 4.6%. No action, nothing actionable, right? You're not at supports. You're not doing what Ethereum and Solana is doing. You hit it, but you didn't get any sort of confirmation low or anything like that. No double bottoms. It was just tested it and then bounced. Fraud news. So closer you are to 196, the easier, more optimum would be for risk management plan, or above 272. You're not. You're below an inflection zone. I mean, you kind of like yesterday tested the inflection zone's bottom as resistance. Like the bottom of the inflection zone. You see it's like the top and the bottom of the zone up here, this zone. Tested. So, I mean, just not much really to look at. But great trend. Hey, man, in terms of performance compared to the rest of the altcoins, absolutely impeccable, right? Remember the election was here. Remember how everything we're looking at is like round tripped, not XRP. So long term it's crazy good, but we're talking about the framework here. Do we have the framework we need to be able to optimally manage our risk and know there's a strategy behind where the stop loss is, and we know if what we're witnessing actually catches follow through, like a bullish back test of key levels, we would possibly know our upside potential. You don't really have that here. You know your upside potential is 265, 272, maybe 290. That's your upside potential. Those are big key levels with their supply. And you look at Solana and it's like, well, we know for a fact, there's crazy upside potential if this truly does hold. If the buyers are actually defending this level successfully, that you know your upside potential is minimum right back up to that high, 22%. But then, what it does from history, it goes up 30%. 30% rally. 30% rally. 30% rally. 30% rally. Multiple times. So, it here. Easy here. XRP, but great long-term stuff. Better performer than all these other ones. BNB, up 0.5%. This one, same thing as XRP, kind of like you're below inflection points. Strategizing's not easy here. You just don't know what would be a good strategy. Do I set my stop loss below the candle close here? But then what if it goes down to 544? Okay, well, 510. We know 510 is such a real level. History shows us how real of a level it is. So that's what you would want on this. And you would luxuriously get it if Bitcoin rolled over here, which it's kind of, the technicals are kind of implying time to roll over because buyers have tried once. Look, all this time, support for 90 days, an entire quarter, it was support. Now it's not support. It's now confirming resistance. So you'll get 500 on BNB if this actually resolves bearishly on Bitcoin. It's effed. Okay. It's just sad for Solana and Ethereum that had possible opportunities. Maybe. Okay, so those are the big ones. We can look at like, but Dogecoin, what a joke. Can I re-add this to my watch list? Yeah, Doge just sitting down here. I mean, probably 4 hour, it looks interesting, but not, I mean, yeah, on the 4 hour, it's like, oh, are they trying to put in a second low? Maybe. Doesn't matter if Bitcoin rolls over. This summit has to save us, probably. Or this weekend, there has to be some sort of news event to get Bitcoin out of this bad situation it's in. And if that does happen, then these alts that looked kind of okay in the end, it'd be like, dang, well, of course. They were confirming bottoms locally here. 1 and then 2, but then on the 2, like there's confirmation locally. So, I mean, it's completely destroyed, beaten down so long. I mean, relief rallies happen. I mean, this thing goes up to 26 cents to make a lower high, fine. But dang, man, you just think. And then we can look at Cardano down 6.5%. I don't Bitcoin, if Bitcoin respects this level like it has been and starts rolling over here, you're going back to 68 cents. It's like inevitable. Like your target is simply 19 to 23% downside. Because right, it looked okay. Hey, man, we were going to break $1. Nope, you regarded $1.99 in the supply line of the channel as resistance, and then you bearishly engulfed after another test yesterday. And now you're catching follow through, and now you're breaking even more inflection points bearishly. Big level here. Very, very big level. Below that, not good. So I can't really get behind Cardano until it gets above $1. $1, maybe, yeah, I think we're probably in really good shape. But below 89 cents is very bad. That's like 68 cents is coming. And you know how easily that would happen if Bitcoin rolls over. So Trump's live. Well, okay, this site that I was pinged is not working. Brad, you got a link? Because the one I'm looking at isn't working. He's joking. He's not live. I mean, the one I'm looking at, he's not. I got this thing up, dude. So, okay, that's crypto. And it sucks because you just go across the board and you know all these M shapes have completed. They're still at these pattern completion zones, right? They're still just sitting there like at basic attention token. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's like at the lowest risk level of all time. Like you can't get better than this. Like if you were constructing a trading plan, you're like entry, stop loss, upside potential. It's perfect. Like you can't get better. You really can't. Local confirmation low maybe too, retest. Well, it's just, but how can you look at this and say, all right, man, it's time to long when Bitcoin looks so bad? I don't know. I don't know how this is going to resolve. Like the altcoins are implying Bitcoin's about to rally. Like you would think if history repeats itself, the M shapes just don't completely fail. These are like 90-day plus large M shapes too. These are rather significant. 124 days now. Okay, of this M shape. I mean, that's not a joke. And if they play out, that means Bitcoin's going up. So I don't know what's happening here. Wow, altcoins implying that Bitcoin's going to rally some, but how? It just doesn't seem possible after what we just witnessed. Yeah, this is the world of contradicting variables. The macro is bearish, but the interworkings of the market aren't so bearish. They're set up that good for a reversal, but you're not going to get the reversal with this going on. Pivot XTA. I mean, this is what's so stupid about it. Okay, unfortunately, this is the market we live in. We have to deal with. Well, dude, we're trading in a fraud market. Okay, we're trading in a scam joke market. These things they might have working products, but you're not investing in them. It's not like if I own Basic Attention Token, I'm like investing in Basic Attention Token's website or its browser. If they made revenue, they wouldn't have to share it with you. They wouldn't have to. So no intrinsic value and no ability to gauge value on any of these assets. That's the issue with this market. So all we can go by are technicals and sentiment, right? Oh, the sentiment's so good or it's so bad. I just remember in September on Solana, the sentiment was legit terrible. Like the sentiment here was like, oh man, like I remember Bitcoin was breaking supports, going at its lowest lows or something. Ethereum was breaking down. Everything was really bad here, but then they could never even break support. And then you rallied and you started testing the top of the bottom of the inflection zone. And it was like, it still wasn't great. It was just good price action here at a key level. And that's it. So it's like, okay, the M shape, the spring back test, all we know are the technicals, right? That's all we know. Are like, okay, this is decent. There could be really good upside if this succeeds. And then they went on to rally and then rally one more time to test that other part that we're testing. We just successfully tested. And then it went. And then it played out. So I remember specifically posting this setup on September 13th. And the sentiment was just as uncertain and fearful as it is right now. That's the issue. That's the problem, right? So you're like, would you long in this environment? Well, Bitcoin was not in an uptrend when this was posted. It was not in an uptrend. It was just levels recaptured, M shapes. We know there's divergence is there, hey, but it was the daily, so it could actually be probably a stronger argument than the one that exists right now.
Anonymous tipped $25 /USD on the weekly.
Anonymous, thank you, dude. We will look at FLR. Your Beanie Baby will be analyzed and will probably be destroyed. Thank you. Right? So you don't know. You just don't know. You can't act like you know. And if it's correlating at these levels down here, look, down here. Look, it's like right back to the entry of the trade setup, and it's still holding on. It's like, wow, 60% drawdown. So does this time it fails now, right? Because Bitcoin is awful. Like, just this is the worst thing you could ever dream of. Oh, man. I mean, oh, dude, let's sign the executive order making Bitcoin strategic reserve. Dump it. Really? Let's sign the Bitcoin stockpile executive order. That was the end. That was right here. I was, I believe, January 21st. Trump signed the executive order, or maybe it was one of these spikes was the EO up here. And it's been terrible ever since. And now it's like even worse. Yeah, are we in power? Yeah, we're in power hour. And is Trump still not going live? He's not live yet. What? Of course. 30 minutes, really? Let me drink my coffee. Dude, someone said Ethereum Classic looks good. Dude, it looks like, oh my God, I can't believe it's like at the, it's not that great because they're not like violating 886 going to 100%. But it's still down. It's like it's still a valid M shape. You're still at a valid reversal area. And it's just, and then look at Filecoin. It's like, what? Filecoin's just sitting at the support where the only thing that's ever happened here pretty much is reversed. Here you are again. And then you go to the 4 hour and the price action looks pretty freaking good. I mean, it's like, dang, dude, test and test and then test right here. And you're testing the top of the bottom of the zone. It's like, man, that looks good. It won't matter if Bitcoin dumps. If Bitcoin's going to retest 78K or whatever, wherever our lows were, none of this matters. That's what sucks about this market. So you're just hoping that all you can do is, like, if you want to, just you take your longs, you set your stops, and you understand that you have no idea if you're about to get stopped out or if you're about to make double, you're about to go up 30, 40%. Because they're at those levels where they could reverse 30 to 40% and still be in long-term downtrends. But yeah, like if Bitcoin's just going to immediately dump, then yeah, we're screwed. None of these things are going to take off, and that's sad. Because after I think a 45-day, 60% correction, I mean, that's good enough. That's good enough of a sell-off where things are cooked, and now you're showing confirmation lows on 4 hours, 8 hours. You can see it. It's all at historical levels, like good levels, man. Just bad price action on the macro. Okay. I guess we just need you two S-coin requests. Might as well just knock them out. ZRX up 2.2%. I mean, just look at this. The illiquidity. It's awful. It's not like Ethereum. It's not like Solana. It's not like them. Okay. I mean, there's just all these levels here, and it's below them. I can't be bullish on ZRX. I wouldn't want to be anyway. Like, dude. I mean, okay, I get it if you're above 30 cents. I get that. We've seen some crazy stuff above 30 cents. But when you're below it, see, it's like Bitcoin. It's like you're like testing old support as resistance now, rejecting it. I mean, you are sitting at a local support. There's so many. It's, you really want to, like, care about this thing? You shouldn't want to care about it. Like there was a trade set up, posted, hit 2 or 3 targets and was over. I mean, it literally hit that target and it was done, man. Like, this is such a bad market. Oh, look, it's like, okay, here you go, dudes. Here you go. That's it. It was just like 1 and 2 on the weekly, kind of like Litecoin, and then just hits target 2. You can't even see it. It's so stupid. Yeah. You hit target 2 like perfectly, and then it was over. Now it's like in the depths of hell. Like, I mean, for real. Like, send it back to 15 cents. Just, you can't want to care. You don't want to own it. Like, it's not at support. It's not doing anything positive or endearing at all. Trump is still not live. Is anyone else? 3 o'clock. It's 3:30. 3. Repeating, of course. Yeah, sorry, Benito, man. Like, if you're below 30 cents, hands off. There's just nothing to do. It's the line in the sand. That's it. When Bitcoin's below 92K, your argument's just not good. We got to have a news-driven catalyst. It has to be no capital gains tax on crypto, or Bitcoin's going to 73K. That's about probably what it looks like. That's where we are. Bad. And then the other one, by the way, U.S. futures. Here you go. I haven't looked at them today. Well, we haven't gotten there yet. We're going to get there, but they're rallying off their lows. You know, the S&P 500, the SPX, actually saw the lowest price today since September. Multi-month lows on this low right here. But yeah, rallying off at high of day, just about. Everything's kind of, you know what's happening? Short sellers, the day traders that have been short, are covering their position in power hour because they're going into the weekend cashed up. That's just what happens, man. You see it every day just about. Last 30 minutes, last hour, what was happening on the market reverses because day traders close their positions. So same thing. Oh, it was worse on Russell 2000. Russell 2000 today saw its lowest price since August before rallying. Dow Jones lowest price since January, and then the NASDAQ composite futures saw its lowest level since October. So all multi-month lows. I mean, except the Dow Jones, which is kind of like 2-month lows, whatever. Blair, did you check your flare? Are you wearing your flare, chat? Isn't this the on the weekly? Isn't this the XRP like gas token or whatever? Here's your weekly. Coming for a type 2. Maybe if you get down to 1.3 pennies, you could start, and then we start seeing favorable price action. Then we could start discussing a type 2 return of this mega M shape. Sure. But that means that this asset, to For us to really have a good type 2 return, you'd still have to lose another 17 to 20% of your value. And then when it gets down there, then they got to defend and hold the level. So Flare token, making progress on the weekly, but not quite there yet. Okay. Storage, similar situation to storage, but storage has already made it. Storage is already there on the weekly, though I know, I get it. Like, it might fail. Like, they might just take it below 28 cents and we're screwed and we're going way lower. But until they do that, you got a chance. It's still trading at this support zone back from 2017, 8 years ago. Type 2 return potentially, but like, okay, let's confirm it then. And here's the thing, right? Ethereum got some sort of argument for maybe a reversal, at least 20%, 17%, whatever. Solana, same thing. Then storage on the weekly has potential for a type 2 return. Think about the size of this. Oh, 567-day large type 2 return shark pattern at supports. Like, wow, that's mass. That's the size of a planet. And then you're looking at Bitcoin. It's like lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Okay, you finally put in a higher low after 2 months. And then it rallied and manifested into what? A formal perfect bearish back test of that extremely real support resistance zone is resistance with a shooting star below the 200 moving average. Couldn't even, such a lack of demand, they could not even test the supply line from all-time highs. They tested it here. They tested it back February 20th. Couldn't do it here. Definitely couldn't do it here. So it's just, man, it's like Bitcoin looks like it's screwed. But I mean, I hope just news comes out and we're saved. Yeah, I don't know how. I really don't know. You look at stuff like this and it's like time to go short. If it's not Bitcoin, it's time to go short on something. But to go short on Solana and Ethereum here doesn't make any sense, because that means you're longing an asset that just had a 60% correction in 45 days. It's confirming bottoms at supports. Not a good argument. Though it could definitely play out. Your downside's limited, right? Or nebulous, just back to the supports. If it breaks it, yeah, man, wow, congrats on your bearish breakdown that succeeded. But you don't want to be shorting at support, and you don't want to be longing at resistance. You're going to be longing at supports, shorting at resistance. And Bitcoin, unfortunately, shorting at resistance. I mean, this is resistance, man. 21 minutes till the closing bell on Wall Street. Everything's starting to sell off again. Okay, so got through the request, got through most of the cryptos, so you understand where we are. You got no chance, man. No chance for redemption in crypto, no matter what levels these assets are trading at, if this succeeds. If the TA is respected, crypto winners here, that's for sure. And no catalyst could ever save it. Let me just show you real quick that here it is. Here's your weekly on the S&P 500. Going for the lowest weekly close since October 28th. Lowest price we have seen since September 16th. But hey, man, we're going to close maybe above the 200-day simple moving average. Maybe. What they did do, though, which is cool, 56.69, that old all-time high from July, August of last year. They did test it as support before rally, but you're not at your highs of the day by far, and you're not at the lows of the day. You're just kind of trading near where you opened. So it's not like a Japanese candlestick reversal is being painted right now at all. It's just nothing burger candle. So you do not want to, now we're at a point where it's like, you do not want to lose 56.69. Very bad. Consequences of losing that. That's the level where it's like, oh, everything's kind of okay until we're below this 56.69 level. It's been that way. Because below that, implications, you're 5,400, 5,300, 52. Yeah, so you better start rallying here. And even if you do start rallying here, man, it better not wind up being a lower high than the previous highs, and you better not confirm it either, or we're so effed. It's starting. I'm still looking at it, dude, and it's not. Like, not. I mean, you can say it's starting, but maybe starting. Dow Jones saw, lowest price since January, but just that's a nothing burger candle. It's still impulsing down. No implications from this candle. It doesn't look like there's going to be any implications on this candle of a reversal or anything. It's nothing. So it's just sitting there, and probably going to test the 200 moving average next week at least. Hopefully you hold, but if not, see it at 41.2 for another test there. Actually, never in history have they actually tested 41.4, 41.2 as support. So, and there's an unfilled gap at 41,100. So keep that in mind. Yeah, man, S&P, the futures, man, they're just, okay, what is this? Oh, it's gone, man. Okay, so shorts recovering, and now I guess they're selling it off again because, yeah, you're just in an impulse wave right now. A 7% correction at this point from the high to low. 7% on the S&P. On the NASDAQ, I think it's more from the high. Oh, look, 11.3% correction on the NASDAQ. Oof. Russ 2000 is pretty bad too. My God. From its high, forget about it. From its high, Russell 2000 down 18%, the worst. All right. Let's look at that NASDAQ composite on the big screen so you can just see here.
Mitch, are we finally cooked on SPY? Boomers will pump it, but I'd gotta admit, I think we need another 2008 event but actually restructure this time.
Greg P, thanks for the 5. Well, I don't know. I mean, saying 2008, that was the housing market imploded. That was a lot of really crazy bad things. So, no, I don't think that's happening. Don't think a 2020 is coming either. You might see a 2022 at worst, probably. Would you like 10 months of lower highs, lower lows? Okay, fine. But we got to see a lower high. Remember, the most recent discernible event on the S&P 500 is the highest high of all time. Because you've been marking down 7% now. And it's a wave down. And there's been nothing else that's happened. So that was the most recent event. The highest peak we've ever seen on the S&P. Barely, but it was there. So you got to put in some sort of swing low that's very discernible. Oh, I can see this is a swing low and we're rallying now. And then it's going to be really, really important to identify like what kind of rally we get. Is it just going to be a lower high? Distribution starts becoming an argument. We don't have that argument quite yet. It's going on now. Okay, let's see what we can do. We did it, man. We did it. Finally. There he is. There's the man himself. Let's see what I can do here.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. Great honor to have you. I know you've all been working very hard and very successfully. And it's a wonderful place, the White House. I want to begin. Is Johnny here from World Cup? I want to thank you for the selection. And they just had a presentation in the Oval Office, and I thought this was such a beautiful, this is the trophy. This is the big deal. The World Cup is the biggest sporting event, and Johnny Infantino is my friend for a long time, and during my first term, we worked out a deal to get the World Cup, and Then, because of lots of interesting things that happened, I ended up being president. Wanted to shut up. I was always disappointed. I wasn't going to make it. I was going to serve 8 straight. Instead, we did it the hard way, but maybe the more important way. So I will be with you as president, Johnny. So maybe you could just say a few words and show how beautiful the World Cup trophy is. Thank you. Yeah, sure, please. Yeah. That's a great key. Well, you go ahead. I trust you.
So this is the new competition called the FIFA World Cup. The 32 best clubs in the world with the absolute best players in the world. For the first time in history in the United States, opening game on the 14th of June,
Right.
obviously in Miami, final on the 13th of July this year in New York, New Jersey. But it's not that, the trophy is special because it's a key, and because as you can see, if I manage to do that, yes, it's a bit tricky. It's like that. So this is a trophy. It is a trophy which represents, and that's why I think it's interesting to show this trophy exactly in this forum, because it represents the past, but it's also projected to the future. There is no other sports trophy which looks like that. It has engraved the history of the game, soccer. Or
This is not crypto, chat. This is not crypto. What are they doing?
Beautiful stadiums in 11 cities in the United States of America.
Like, okay, hype in the chat for not crypto right now. So, someone want to tell me, Brad, when it starts, talking about what is relevant to us? Yeah, FIFA coin, pump it, dude. Yeah, real quick, again, y'all keep me apprised, chat. 'Cause I'm not, that's just like a waste of our time. Like, here anyway. So total market cap, also in a precarious situation like Bitcoin is, where this freaking candle high close all-time high from 2021 right there, it is being regarded as resistance. That's it. I mean, that's just the worst thing you want. Like, you don't want that. This is like, okay, it is, you were begging for 2.58 trillion back test again, another test. Yeah, it's just disappointing when you have really decent arguments for a couple coins to reverse. The M shapes are there and stuff. They're beaten down, crazy moves, 60% in 45 days. Some are more, and it just doesn't matter. I don't hate soccer. What are you talking about? I just don't like, bro. If he was talking about college football right now I might be interested personally, but for the sake of everyone else, I would just watch a replay of it, because like, you're not here to watch this stream so we can talk about FIFA or college football. I mean, we'll talk about it occasionally, like for like 60 seconds, like here and there. But again, we're talking about crypto or stocks or assets, on financial markets. Perhaps you've heard of it. Yeah. So I'm surprised that I thought we had an actual crypto event, It's on.
And it's an honor to be with you at the White House. I want to thank the White House AI and crypto czar David Sachs, Treasury Secretary. This is David right here, in case you don't know. You know David. And a man who's doing a great job as Secretary of Treasury, Scott Bessent, who's right here. Scott, thank you very much. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, wherever you may be, Howard. Hi, Howard. He's doing some interesting work right now with all that's going on. He's right in the middle of it and doing a great job. Thank you. SBA Administrator Kelly Loeffler. And thank you. SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce. Thank you, Hester. Acting CFTC Chairman Caroline Pham, House Majority Whip Tom Emmer. Hello, Tom. Representative Brian Stile. Thank you. Brian, thank you very much. Digital Assets Council Director Bo Hines. Good, Bo. Great job. And many other distinguished guests. We have a lot of very distinguished people around the table. Some of them will be speaking. I want to thank Marco Rubio also, who's right over there. And we have tremendous people very interested in this subject. And last year, I promised to make America the Bitcoin superpower of the world and the crypto capital of the planet. And we're taking historic action to deliver on that promise, as you know, around the table. Yesterday, I signed an executive order officially creating our strategic Bitcoin reserve. And this will be a virtual Fort Knox for digital gold to be housed within the United States Treasury. That's a big thing, Scott.
Just brave or no tax. Yeah, dude. That's all we got left. We're cooked if not.
The federal government is already among the largest holders of Bitcoin, as you know. Really one of the largest holders in the world, with as many as 200,000 Bitcoin obtained via civil law and various other forms of law, and including enforcement actions. These existing holdings will form the foundation of the new reserve. Unfortunately, in recent years, the U.S. government has foolishly sold tens of thousands of additional Bitcoin that were worth billions and billions of dollars had they not sold them, but they did sell them, mostly during the Biden administration. Not a good thing to have done. From this day on, America will follow the rule that every Bitcoin knows very well: never sell your Bitcoin. That's a little phrase that they have. I don't know if that's right or not. Who the hell knows, right? Who knows? Who knows? But so far, it's been right. And well, let's keep it that way. The Treasury and Commerce Departments will also explore new pathways to accumulate additional Bitcoin holdings for the reserve, provided it's done at no cost to the taxpayers. We don't want any cost to the taxpayers. In addition, my order directs federal agencies to conduct an inventory of all crypto assets currently held by the U.S. government and determine how they can be transferred easily to the Treasury. Non-Bitcoin digital assets will be held in a new U.S. digital asset stockpile where they will be managed properly. My administration also is working to end the federal bureaucracy's war on crypto, which was really going on pretty wildly during Biden until the election came about. About 5 months before the election, he became a big fan because he heard how many people were in favor of it and how many people love it and respect it. But I guess it didn't work out too well for him. People understood what was going on and paved the way for groundbreaking innovations in institutional finance. Under the Bitcoin administration, regulators strong-armed banks. I mean, they really did. They strong-armed banks into closing the accounts of crypto businesses and entrepreneurs, effectively blocking some money transfers to and from exchanges, and they weaponized government against the entire industry. But I know that feeling also. Maybe better than you do. All of that will soon be over, and we are ending Operation Choke Point 2.0. Now, some people really suffered. It was ridiculous what they were doing. But in the end, they came around, but they came around for the wrong reasons. They came around only because they wanted votes, and they saw that tens of millions of people were against them because of what they were doing. I also want to express my strong support for the efforts of lawmakers in Congress as they work on bills to provide regulatory certainty for dollar-backed stablecoins and the digital assets market. They're working very hard on that. This is a tremendous opportunity for economic growth and innovation in our financial sector, and will really go a long way. I think it's going to be a tremendous, we feel like pioneers in a way, of tremendous method of growth. And things are very much tied, and we want to keep it that way, the U.S. dollar, long into the future. We're going to keep it that way. I hope lawmakers will send that legislation to my desk before August recess if they can. And they're very much working with you, and you know a lot of them, and a lot of them were committed right from the very beginning. So I just want to congratulate you all for being at the White House today, and a man who knows more about Bitcoin and AI and just about everything else than anybody, David Saxton. I'd like to have you say a few words, David.
Thank you, Mr. President. We're all here today because of your leadership, your vision, and your generosity, and I really want to thank you for that. We're also here because of your desire to make America great and to introduce a golden age in America, including for digital assets. And we're here because of your love of innovators, or as you might say, high IQ people. Yeah, we know you love high IQ people. And we have about 30 of them here in the room today. These are the top people in the digital asset industry. And one other thing that I think that you love is legal fairness. This is an industry that was subjected to prosecution and persecution for the last 4 years, horrible lawfare, and nobody knows what that feels like better than you do. So we really appreciate the fact that you understand legal fairness and that you're always willing to fight for the right thing, for legal fairness. You never back down. You stand defiant, even in the face of an assassin's bullet. It's an inspiration to everyone in this room, I think. So it's an honor.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I just want to say it's an honor to work for you. It's an honor to work for a president who works every day to get so much done on behalf of the American people. Your administration is moving at tech speed. It's really amazing. It's actually faster than any startup that I've been part of. Is that your administration moves even faster. So I just want to say thank you for having me be a part of it. I've enjoyed every minute of it. I love working for you, and thank you again for this opportunity.
Thank you, David, very much. Appreciate it.
And now I just want to pass the ball to Secretary Bessent.
Scott?
Good. David, so today, when President Trump has signed the executive order to establish the strategic Bitcoin reserve and stockpile, we're going to position the United States as a leader among nations in the digital asset strategy. It's important for the United States to recognize this fact and get ahead of the other nations in the digital age. We applaud the President's direction to use the digital assets already in possession of the nation, and we are going to establish this Bitcoin reserve. We will use this authority to augment the assets side of the United States balance sheet. As I've said many times, President Trump is creating assets for the American people while most past presidents have created debt, and a large part of this asset program can be in digital assets. We are going to end the regulatory weaponization against digital assets. The Biden administration's actions did nothing other than punish innovators, and that all of you have made it here today is really a testament to your fortitude. Much of Treasury's responsibility in this order relates to the tax code and determinations around risk weightings, and I'm here to assure you that we are going to work with the Controller of the Currency, the IRS, and we're going to rescind and amend all applicable previous guidance. And we are going to put a lot of thought into the stablecoin regime, and as President Trump has directed, we are going to keep the U.S. the dominant reserve currency in the world, and we will use stablecoins to do that. Thank you.
Technology is at the foundation of the Trump presidency. He understands technology, he embraces technology, and he's going to use technology to drive America forward.
Technology.
The blockchain and Bitcoin technology are a key part of that thinking, and embracing that, and here today shows how much a leader the Trump administration and our president is. He understands it. He embraces it. As you said, you're a pioneer in this place, and this is where we're going. We're using the blockchain. We're using Bitcoin. We're going to use digital assets to pound forward, and Donald Trump is leading the way. Can't be more proud of you today.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Howard.
Is this your homework, Larry?
Kelly, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is truly a historic day, and as a crypto founder, I couldn't be more proud to be part of your administration. You're moving at the speed of tech for sure, and I will just say it's a great day to have the war on not just crypto, but the war on innovation done. And under your administration, we are truly going to enter into the golden age. And I'll just say, as the administrator of the SBA, small business is a tremendous network that crypto can be deployed against, and so the SBA is open to crypto. So I look forward to working with all of the leaders in this room to advance your efforts here. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you very much. Tom, please.
Well, Mr. President, I want to say thank you. I want to thank you for the amazing team that you put together. I want to thank you for David. I mean, this kind of a meeting, no one in this room could have envisioned this just a couple years ago. You are the one that has the vision. You're the one that said, we are going to do 21st century finance right here in the United States of America. I've been doing this for 9 years. It is amazing how far we've come, and that's a credit to you, Mr. President, and your leadership, and God bless you for doing this, because it's going to make a huge difference with everything else you're doing. And by the way, Americans love it. They're going crazy. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Can Debs do something?
Go ahead, please.
Does anyone want to say a couple of words? Cameron or Tyler, do you want to?
You're very shy in front of the camera.
Actually, Cameron, I think you said something earlier that I thought was really profound. You said that a year ago you thought it would be more likely that you'd end up in jail than at the White House. Not to put you on the spot, because you didn't do anything wrong, but that was the environment a year ago. But do you guys want to say something, either one of you?
Sure. That was actually Tyler who said that. but it's
Sorry, I still get mixed up.
But yeah, we never thought that we'd get attacked the way we did in our backyard after trying to do the right thing for so many years and always trying to raise the bar with respect to regulations. So it's truly wonderful to see how things have changed and how the pendulum has swung back in the way that it has. And we've always felt that the U.S. should lead in Bitcoin and crypto, and it's ours to sort of lead and win. And it's just wonderful what President Trump has been doing with this, and we look forward to working together. And thanks for inviting us, David, and setting this up.
Thank you. Thank you both. Please.
I was just going to say thank you, Mr. President. Cameron takes credit for a lot of my things I say, so it's not the first time. But the U.S. won the internet, and the U.S. should win crypto. So thank you for your leadership on this.
Thank you both very much. High IQ individuals around this table. That's what I always say. We need high IQ. So thank you very much. Would anybody like to say anything? Please.
Okay, we'll come right.
I just want to express my deep gratitude for the seriousness with which you're approaching our industry and how you're actually helping guide it in the right direction. I've worked with many central banks in other countries, and when I was working there, I was wondering why I, as an American citizen, can't help the United States financial system reach this higher level that the world is on course towards generally. Right. And so I'm very grateful that finally there's been a new level of kind of common sense and adoption of these ideas. Me and the other people in this room do believe that the crypto, blockchain, Web3 infrastructure is the next iteration of the financial system. And I think that the U.S. should have its leadership position continue in that new financial system. And I'm very, very happy to see people like David Sachs, Secretary Bessent, Secretary Lutnick taking this very seriously with their time, and very grateful to them too. So I'm just overjoyed to see this, and I think it is a big part of how the U.S. can continue its role in the global financial system. So thank you.
Thank you very much. I thought it was very important that we stay in the front of this one. This is a big one. And as you know, China is pushing forward and very strongly as usual. But we're way in the lead, as we are in AI and other things, and we want to stay there. So I thought this was very important, and we have some brilliant people sitting around this table, and it's an honor to have you involved. But we want to stay at the forefront of everything. And this is a very important day in your lives. I know you worked, some of you, very long long before people really understood what was happening. And so I congratulate you, but this is a big day. Being in the White House is a big deal, and you have great support. Thank you all very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, please. Thank you very much. Thank you, media. Thank you. Please.
That was terrible, dude. Yeah, that was just a bunch of politics on TV. That's it. Nothing new. So the market's going to digest that as business as usual. And guess what? Much lower. I don't know, man. Like, if you care about how price action correlates to levels, you got to be a little concerned, but yeah, that's it. Whoa, what the? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, just there's no edge on the edge on Bitcoin's bearish. Like there's like a bearish edge on Bitcoin with price action. So there's 15% downside. Hey, the good news, at least 70% of y'all think that we're going to 74K first, which I said 74K because that's this right here. It's the old all-time high back from March of last year. So a test of that seems more likely the more we show price action like this. I'm sorry. Either matters or it doesn't matter. And this really, really matters. I just hope miracles happen, I guess, for sure. Everything's, probabilistic. Nothing's certain. So that was anything. Did y'all get anything out of this chat at all? Because it's cool. It's like in a way, it's kind of like the Fellowship of the Rings, right? They all meet up for the first time together, elves and dwarves and men and wizards, and have the discussion, I guess, about the Ring of Power. But I don't think the One Ring's stock price went up after that meeting. Probably went down. Yeah, I mean, in the end, it's like we got to be grateful for what we got. And it's like, well, you just had the sitting president with all the leaders in the crypto space for all these years, and that had never happened before. So just more history, even though, again, any historic event now for 2 months has been sell everything. Distribution is still very much real until it's not. Distribution, lower highs. We haven't made one higher high on Bitcoin for real since late January. Not one higher high. It feels toppy. Dude, the top happened. It was toppy 2 months ago. Or like whatever. How many days? It was toppy 45 days ago. So it's just more like it. You probably would say like it looks more continue-y. That would probably be the word, continue-y, meaning like it's like we've stopped, the selling stopped, right? I mean, finally February 28th, and we got this scam rally, a buyer-inducing rally almost, and a failure to break resistance, and now we're confirming the resistance as resistance again, or support. It's never been resistance until now, and it's one time and no one really knows. Second time, so perfectly everyone knows. So people will be like, on a normal asset, I'm saying Bitcoin, anything's possible, right? If we're looking at like gold, silver, cocoa futures, if it's doing this, it's like run for the exits. See, 74K seems like the target, not 100K. Until you're getting above 92K, you cannot, like 100K is never happening below, like with price action like this. So that's what I'm saying. It's like it would be a miracle. Yeah, there's no way So nothing's gonna catch bids, man, and nothing's been catching bids for a long time now in crypto. Okay, so doesn't matter what asset it is. Look at it. Look at Cardano. I'm telling you, dude. Wait for 68 cents. Just wait, or 64 cents, and who knows at that point. But that's the target for sure. I mean, that's high probability target, right there. I mean, it's just dumping. It's down 10%. It'll be down another 15% if you give me a couple days, probably. Okay. Stuff like algo, it's down 2%. Just give me time. Give me time. Oh yeah, they did the fake out, the liquidity grabs, to stop loss hunt. Okay, what has anything changed? Nah, you're just waiting for 16 cents. This is exactly like Tezos. You know, the 30% downside on algo. What do you mean Tezos? Tezos was like, we were up here. I was being called toxic, all kinds of words like during this time. It was like, oh, just wait for 85 cents, 86 cents. And we're below that now. You're sitting at the M shape's completion, and no one's there. The selling stopped, but no one's buying. So it's like, will the bids come in? Oh, I don't know, man. Not if we're going to 74K next. How's XLM doing? Remember that one? Pff, terrible. Like, if you're below 30 cents, you can't buy it. You can't own it. You don't want to own it. It'd be stupid to own Look, XLM has just formally confirmed resistance from 2018 2 different times as resistance. You get how incredibly important this is, what event just occurred. Look at this perfect bearish back test, not just in December 2021, but 2 times in the same freaking month before collapsing. I'm telling you, man, momentum-driven asset class, and you just did this really bearish thing. You just broke it with the bearish and golden candle scam, right? Scam, inside trader, fraud stuff that they're doing. You're below the supply line, and you just back test the level perfectly 2 days in a row. So you probably just getting ready for 23 cents, 17 cents on XLM. If you're just patient, I'm telling you, man, it sucks. Yeah, it's so tough because assets have round tripped the election gains, and M shapes over 90, 100 days have developed, and no one's buying them. Like, no one's buying KSM, dude. It's just sitting there. It's like, you got to do something, man. Okay, well, I get, like, you reversed here all the time. So, you know, for a couple of years now, this has been the reversal point, but sorry, man. You might be getting set up to go to all-time lows. You can't go this long without reacting. This is not a reaction. A reaction is definitive. There's a textbook definition of a reaction when the asset reverses and at least hits a 38% retrace. This didn't even see a 23% retrace. Not a reaction, pausing, possibly before way lower prices. So until you get an actual reaction on a potential harmonic, just like potential head and shoulders, it's not confirmed to the neckline breaks. You do not have a confirmed M shape until you get that reaction. And if you can't even come, what was that, like a 15% retrace? Dude, no. You're pausing and getting ready to go lower because it's not an M shape yet. Kind of reminds me of PayPal. Similar. Let me show you real quick. Way back, 2022. Let me show you here. Reminds me of this. I don't even think I still have a picture. Good guy. Yeah. Same thing. Okay. You got an M shape that completed 1618, right? And they paused it. There was no reaction. So it wasn't a real pattern. It was just a bear flag. And look what happened. Proceeded to collapse more. So if you don't react, the M shape never was and never will be. To react, this would have had to probably gone up to like 236 or something, and then type 2. But it didn't do those things. So it wasn't valid. It wasn't a real harmonic. PayPal. What's old PayPal doing? It's been dumping. They're trying to defend this level here. Holy crap. This is a big level. Holy crap. PayPal, you better do something, man. You're screwed. Dude, this is so real. Don't lose 68.59 or you're doomed. Yeah, and the crappy thing is, like, it was all controversial on Bitcoin futures. Did the gap fill? Maybe. Nah. It actually literally didn't fill. It got front run. And dude, if you want to talk about, I'm sorry, man, I'm not trying to be negative. I must be the most negative person in the world past 6 weeks, right? Because it's only been lower highs, lower lows, last point supply, Wyckoff distribution, bearish back to. Well, guess what? We come to the Bitcoin futures chart. I'm toxic again. I'm toxic. You want to talk about the most bearish thing you could ever dream of? You filled the gap on both sides in one day. And then what'd you do this week? All that happened this week on Bitcoin futures. Market participants came back up to this level. They were unsure. I don't really know if this level is really resistance, but now they are all completely convinced. What was once support for 3 months, it is now resistance, indubitably, without a shadow of a doubt. And that's how you're going to close the week. So if you care about price action and how it correlates to levels, and you care about trends, whether they be short-term, mid-term, long-term, the short-term trend's bearish. You're doing bearish things in a bearish short-term trend. And there's no support looking left. Sorry, Larry. The only thing that would say to you is an inside pump, Trump bullcrap tweet on a Sunday morning. That's it. That's the only bid you've actually caught since he got inaugurated. So gap fill, if you don't know, minimum 9.45. But if you want a real gap fill with a candle close, like where the trader settled up on November 8th at 77,300, and then we gapped up, right? Monday it was at 81.2. If you want that real gap, it's a 10.3% drawdown. You ready? It's crazy. It's like, wow, that means this market's done. If that plays out, we are completely cooked. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. There are probably like YouTubers, right, that are like streaming about Bitcoin and the technicals, and they might be like completely opposite of me, saying, I don't even know what they're saying, right? Like, how could you, if you actually care about true traditional technical analysis, how could you be anything but what I'm saying? Like, is there an argument for upside? I don't know how you have an argument for upside on Bitcoin right now with the data we currently have. Not the new data that doesn't exist yet, that'll be here in a few days. I'm talking about now. Man, that is like the worst thing ever, dude. Bitcoin futures, dumpster fire. I just gotta ping people on those. It's just bad. Just wow. Doesn't get worse until the markdown after the event. We had a technical event, right? The technical event, the up thrust, the back test of up thrust, the lowest high of 6-week downtrend. How's Pepe coin doing? Oh, dang, man, it's up 3%. What? 3.4? Oh my God. Probably way lower. Probably way lower in time. Like, good God, you see Bitcoin at 74K. This is going down another 25+%, 40%, 45. I mean, things get real bad. 70% downside potential on Pepe coin. Because why not, man? No intrinsic value. These are memes. These are jokes. No revenue. Even if they made revenue, they would never have to share it with you, peasant coin holder. What? How much does XRP share with their coin holders? They don't share crap. They make crap loads of money. They're a private company. Okay. There's Ethereum, 2130. Yeah, and just like that, man. You're just right back at this support where you have bounced before, but you're staring into the abyss, really. Yeah, go ahead and cast your vote on that poll. If you're enjoying the coverage of this crypto summit, the only summit I see is this lower high bearish back test for now. Hit that like button to build us up. Thanks for being here. Ethereum down 3%, Bitcoin down almost 4%. I mean, it really is. Can devs do something? Can just play it over and over and over again.
Can devs do something? Every day I'm checking the price and it's dipping. Every day I check the price, bad price. I can't take this anymore. I have overinvested by a lot.
I just want to, yeah, I don't know. Can't make people buy Ethereum. Well, hey, was Vitalik there? He was invited, but I didn't see him. Did y'all see Vitalik at this summit? Stock market futures are fine, by the way. The market closed 22 minutes ago, but futures stays open for another hour after, and so you're just hanging out like with a pretty nice green candle. Took out all the losses from the day. He wasn't invited. What? Yeah, well, there you go. That's more ominous stuff for this second largest crypto. Somehow it's still the second largest. That's crazy. But I think that just shows like how much of a joke crypto collectively is. Like Bitcoin's Bitcoin, and we've never needed CEO. We didn't need Michael Saylor. We've never needed anything for Bitcoin to be what it is. But I'll tell you, for everything else, you need more. Like Ethereum's platform, what it doesn't help enough people, doesn't do enough. Being a platform for creating crypto grifts that will end up making people lose millions of dollars, NFTs, yield farming, it all failed. It's all a joke. There's no innovation in this space. It's just, hey man, you can own it, but history is proving that long term, not very good. It's not an investment. Ethereum's only an investment if you held 5+ years ago, 6+ years ago. If you held 4 years ago, it's not an investment. You've made $0. But 5 years ago, yeah, that's when that markup, the money printer turned on like crazy, right? Remember, 5 years ago, that's when the Fed printed 40% of all circulating money supply.
The mistake was going to proof of stake. Good luck holding anything but Bitcoin. It was first, that's all that matters.
Well, again, man, like, I don't think anyone in here is going to argue with what we're identifying, that the price of Ethereum is sitting at this level where there's been a reversal. No one's going to argue. Like, we all know it's there. Like, taking emotion out of it and sentiment. My God, the sentiment's like, kill crypto, end crypto forever. This should be going to less than $1,000. That's sentiment. But where you are, it's like, dang, man, if they actually defended it miraculously, dang, we've seen insane moves. We've seen crazy rallies. Like, what did you see like that in August? You got as high as 31%. They did it again. Sentiment was different, man. Sentiment, no, it was not different. Sentiment in August and September was equal to how bad it is right now. And we got moves like this off this support. So, but yeah, you can't argue you see this trend conceptualized of the parallel channel still very much bearish. Not a good trend. That's true, but you're not below that support. You're at it, testing it right now in real time. And it's the same thing with Solana. It's like you're not below 135.60. You're above it. You're above it. You're at the point where, hey, this goes to 190. If something changes, something good happens, if what we're witnessing is real and catches follow through, you go to 190 probably, because you've done it 3-4 other times in history. But I just don't see a path outside of a miracle on Bitcoin. Like, we just have to start ripping and roaring and go test the 92K again, and then break it, and then this will all play out. This will go nuts. Ethereum will defend the level and pivot and run if we could see 92+ K again, but that's new data. that we're waiting on. And it sucks because there's stuff out there that's just like, man, it's kind of like, look at Pirate Chain. Our coin, I know it's like, who cares about Pirate Chain? I know. But if this was, again, NVIDIA or Google, or if this was the euro to the yen, or if this was anything, you look at this and you're like, my God, this is pristine swing trader stuff. It's swing trader stuff as in you buy low, you sell high. You buy as close to the bottom of a range as you could possibly get, and you're buying at those levels when there's forms of confirmation. You got the form of confirmation at the key bottom of the range. Top of the range, 25 cents. I mean, it's so unbelievable. It's like we're looking at a unicorn here, and we know we're gonna have to go take it out back and with a shotgun because of Bitcoin if it collapses, you know. But if Bitcoin doesn't collapse, this is the lowest risk entry area you could ever receive on any asset that's ever existed. Like, this is it. The bottom, your range bound trader, you got an edge. You got a confirmation low at support. So you can strategize optimally, and you know your upside potential is very good. Very big upside potential. Like, if it's above this level, 50 to 57% upside to the top of the range. But it's like, man, do you post the trade setup? Do you go long on this? I don't know, man. See, that's how crappy it is when things get so destroyed like this over a pretty short period of time. You just start second guessing. You're like, oh, will it hold this time? I don't know, man. Even with a confirmation low, screw a Pirate Chain, man. I got better things to do. I gotta go pay for eggs. I get it. That's the conundrum of like trying to navigate an untraditional, very scammy, fraudulent market. It's not. This is like TA on hard mode. That's what we're doing. John, yeah. Well, I mean, if that's true, the money, the global liquidity has started rallying again, and the equities and the cryptos are still hitting kind of the bottom point of that graph, right, that line chart. So if it was to just literally do that, then that means a rally's coming on everything. But who knows, man, right? Like we'll see. I mean, stocks, we just talked about this. The NASDAQ composite down almost 12% correction. One impulse wave down. Finally hit a support and bounced a little bit. Closed the week. Bad week. Lowest weekly close of 2025. But impulses end. They complete. And all you would need on crypto, Bitcoin, would be for that wave to conclude, and we get that reflexive rally on the index funds would probably give a rally to everything risk on, including speculative scam coins. So pump on Pirate Chain was crazy last time. Dude, the pump on Pirate Chain was amazing here. It was a trade setup. And it's not a trade setup where, dude, when I post these trade setups, they're just for educational purposes. They are to reinforce the right behaviors. The things that you should be doing, what you should be looking for, where you should be looking for, why you should be looking for longs at inflection points. Like, it's the answering all the questions. It's showing the work and the reasoning behind it. That's what the trade setups are, okay? So like they can fail, easy. If I post a trade setup here, it'd be very easy to post it. You just don't know. I mean, like on this one, the trade setup was posted like in September. It did not start resolving till November. So my God, like the chop for like 2 months, 6 weeks, whatever, before it finally hit target 1 and target 2 and then collapsed. It was over. So yeah, my God, this tests the hearts and souls of men for sure. But what an example of like just another one that's like, oh, it looks okay, but how could it play out if Bitcoin dumps? Even jokes like EOS, like you can't even believe what it's doing right now. An old all-time low from August 2023. Well, they recaptured it. They're trying to reconfirm its validity as a support when it was support before. You got a 100-day large M shape there, just sitting there. It's death or glory. It's about to be, oh, we're about to invalidate this and collapse to all-time lows, or it's about to actually probably run to 83 cents and maybe roll over then to a lower low. But you're just here, and it's so freaking disappointing because Bitcoin's just not really playing ball the way we would want it to. But a lot of times it's not before even altcoins rally. So you want to look at the Mag 7 real quick. How'd they close out the week? Go worst to best. Old Microsoft, dude, they're Bill Gates and company working overtime to keep 388 defended. They did it. They recaptured it. And they reconfirmed it today as support. But will that be enough? Like it could be, but you got to understand anything that falls short of a higher high than the high we saw January 27th is the lowest high, and it would be more evidence of distribution. Oh no, the lowest high? Okay, well then eventually they'll test 388 again, and then demand will be absorbed by the sellers, and you'll mark down massively to 350, and that's fine. But yeah, they closed the week out on life support with another test today. Whew, that's as close as it gets. Tesla, it was bad, man. But what'd they do? Nice gap fill from November 5th. Oh, wow. So Tesla, think about how crazy this is. Trump gets elected. Tesla appreciates in value 42 days, 94%. And it was over. And since then, it's lost. Tesla has lost 94% of its value in 79 days. It's not just crypto, clearly. Another gap unfilled at 212. Eventually, this wave will conclude and we'll get another wave up. Like they defended 260. It's a big deal. It's a very real inflection point. From history, it's a swing low from February 2021, April 2021, resistance. It was support in March 2022, resistance 2022, resistance in January 2024. It was resistance in September of last year. So you're there. They held it. Thank God, because it was breaking it. Saved by the gap fill. But remember, people be asking, like, when do I buy? Well, you want structures, man. You want structural developments. Trade setup. Structure. This is a T-shaped recovery, the Tesla-shaped recovery, the inverse head and shoulders, the spring, the back test of spring, beautiful. Reverse the whole trend. But there's no structure. You just, again, 94% of its value lost or whatever. No, it was like not 90 on the way down. It's 50% on the way down. It was 94% on, 100% on the way up, 50% on the way up, all gone. Cut in half. But you would say 100% of the gains lost from the election, sure. Meta, mother of God, look what they did today. $600. They took it there. What did Meta do? It's off the lows by 4.2%. Okay, that's cool that they rallied it like that, but look what they did on the top side. What was once resistance has flipped formally to, well, resistance is now formally resistance again on the close of the week and the day. I mean, is this a reversal candle? It could be. It could be long-legged doji to a degree. Long-legged, yeah. I've seen. It depends on what candle we get next. If we get some sort of green candle closing above 630, it might very well be a Japanese candlestick reversal pattern. But we got to get data next week, and that's bad. That's the lowest price we had seen since January 14th. So still better than Tesla, my God, you know. Amazon got as low as lowest price we had seen since Halloween, spooky. Closed below 200, closed below the inflection point. So the route continues on the big tech. Well, at least these. Google was up today. piercing line reversal. It's caught follow through. It's still at highest close since the 25th of February. Still closing the day again below the 200 moving average. Yeah, you're reacting a little bit after an 88% retracement slow to high. Don't think it's enough yet, but all right, nice. Nvidia, no, not really a good candle. Look, dude, you're below 118. Your target is $100, and it will remain that way till we recapture 118. Your weekly close on Nvidia wasn't good. Down 10%, 9.79% on the way. Lowest weekly candle close confirmed since September 3rd. Nice rising wedge, by the way, chat. Remember? Rising wedge, bearish divergence. It played out in the end. Dang. Apple actually had a decent day. Look what they did, man. They closed the week 2 in a row now above 237. So maybe you're onto something. Maybe we're okay. Apple's like the only one that's kind of like maybe okay. Meta's, you saw what it did today, but dang. Apple, in terms of locally and lately, it's not topping. They're trying to bottom it and trying to show a little bit of strength, maybe. You see that they recaptured 237. That's okay. That's good. They locally putting a higher low than this low. That's pretty good too. So above the 200 moving average, man. That's like, are you kidding me? Microsoft to Apple. Apples to oranges. Apples to moobs, right? Bill Gates. This is actually really good. This is the best looking of the Mag 7, and it's not even close on Apple. In terms of like trend, price to levels, 200 moving average, where you are, this is the best. Apple's the best of the 7. Yeah. For now, until something changes. So. All right, I've been live an hour and 40 minutes now. Time flies when you're watching crypto summits that do nothing and watching Bitcoin really look bad, man. I hope that we just get price action that invalidates this arrow. But this arrow is an event. And it's a very powerful event, right? Spring back tests or up thrust back tests of up thrusts, the opposite. They're very reliable. They're not perfect, but that's a real one for now. So you do not want to make a lower low because, yes, you put in a higher low. The first higher low we've seen in a long time, but in 6+ weeks. But don't put in a lower low after a lower high. The downtrend is still very much intact. In the short term, 6-week downtrend, can't argue. Yeah, man, just good luck. It might be a bad weekend. I don't know. I don't see how anyone comes in to buy this weekend unless Trump commits insider trading, okay, to enrich his sons, because that's what he did last weekend. That caused this. The only real bids we got this whole freaking 6 weeks. I can just say, man, pray for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin was able to run here randomly without an edge, then you got a real chance on these altcoins for good upside because the way they're correlating to these key levels, they've completed M shapes, they've done everything. But if the macro is going to roll over on you, it doesn't matter. Like, you'll just see, wow, these potential setups collapsed and failed. I'm just hoping that the M shapes, the 120-day large M shapes on some of these S coins, the way Ethereum and Solana are hitting their supports, and they're kind of holding.
Thanks for always showing up money making, Mitch. Asia needs to buy an A, you don't.
Thank you, Andrew 3. Yeah, they're probably not going to. Yeah. Why would they? Yeah, dude, let me buy Bitcoin, which is like a bastion of freedom and liberty and individual sovereignty. I mean, maybe South Korea will. Japan will, but definitely not communist China. Central bank digital currency. Let's print more of their yuan, which they're going to. But just don't know how this is going to go, man. It's really tough right now. This is like choppy waters. Altcoins look okay in terms of like at least a few of them for a potential short-term reversal. My God, nothing crazy. 20-30% rally off the lows to just make lower highs and roll over again. The bear trend extends, but I don't even think they'll catch that if Bitcoin stays below 92K too long this whole weekend. $40 more likes. Could we do it, chat? Could we get 40 more likes? What are we at? 381? Got 1,000 y'all watching the whole stream too. Can't even get half y'all to hit the like button. Really? Do you really appreciate the stream? I don't know. I'm not asking for anything but a like. Wow. Can't believe this entitled guy. What's up, Crypto Horda? Sorry about your crypto, because your cryptos suck, man. All of them. They just... Who would buy this stuff? I don't know. I mean, outside of a swing trader trying to, like, make sense of the price action at key levels, besides that, I don't know. I don't know who else would buy. Like, is there? This is pretty good. I mean, this is pretty nice here. Like, you're seeing some higher lows here and really perfect test. Just the supply line, too, was tested as demand line formally. It just doesn't matter. I guess. Doesn't matter. Stage is set for higher prices, but not on Bitcoin. So, not on anything else. Yeah, man, that's an ugly daily for now. You better get something next 2 hours. Oh, nice. We got like over 100 likes in 30 seconds. So thanks for that. Appreciate it. So I'll just leave y'all with that, right? You kind of get where we are. Unfortunately, it's not the best of times for a swing trader because it's just the contradiction of the macro and the alts. The way the CME futures just closed. Terrible. Like, it's the worst thing you could have ever asked for. Like, it's the best thing. If you were a short seller and you liked the bearish trend and you wanted to go short, that was the best price action you could have ever ask for. That was a dream. That was like, oh, low risk, high probability of 74K on CME futures. But yeah, and spot. Definitely spot too. This whole argument, or the whole bearish argument, evaporates if it would be random. Okay, there's no edge that would imply that somehow buyers would just randomly come in right now and pump the price above 92, 93K. If they did that, though, then the bearish argument starts getting a lot weaker, and then Bitcoin's very good above 93K, but you can't sustain prices above it. Too much supply. They flip support as resistance. So that is the cause for my concern and anxiety for this whole market. That's what I'll leave you with. So thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. I'll just be back. Till next time, respect the T. Hey. Oh, brother, this song stinks.
like when you were at work and you said to yourself, you know, I'm gonna have a good time tonight. I'm gonna go out. So you put on your favorite shoes or you put on your favorite jeans and